coming off, I think, with a very good win against an LSU team that I think is definitely an NCAA tournament team. I stated this previously. I thought we had really played well in our two previous games against Georgia, against Ole Miss, but unfortunately wasn't able to come away from that with a win. So I give our guys credit for staying the course, even though the outcome wasn't a win, and they went out and played well against the LSU team. Now it's a short and quick turnaround for a Tennessee team that I think is the most unique team in our league to prepare for. So it'll be 100% zone. Then every time they score, they'll be in the 2-2-1 press. So it's just a different approach for a scouting report, getting used to getting ready for a Tennessee ball club. And Tennessee, Donnie has those guys playing extremely hard and extremely well.
Questions?
Do you feel as if you're better prepared this time around for Tennessee since they do throw that zone at you for the whole game?
Well, I think the best thing that prepares you for is the fact that you've already played them. And so I think the best thing you can do as a coach and then the players is seeing themselves make those mistakes, and now you know what you need to do in order to correct those mistakes, and then seeing some areas that you can improve on to try to attack that press or that zone. So the best thing that we have is film of ourselves playing against Tennessee, and I think that helps us more than anything.
Will this be a good game to see where you can kind of gauge where your team has come over the last month, seeing as you've already played them?
Well, I think so, but the biggest factor I think is us making free throws. In that first game we played against Tennessee, we missed so many free throws. I think we ended up missing 20 free throws. So if we can just improve that, then I think that would help us. But I think you can use it as a measuring stick. But the other thing, the fact is, you're talking about different venues. We were at home, and now we'll be playing at Tennessee. So I'm sure that has something to do with it.
How much can you teach your team off of that first game, though, when you look back at the film? It's like, guys, if we just hit our free throws.
Well, I think it's not just hitting our free throws. It's the start we got off with. We turned the ball over. I think we turned it over 6 of our first 7 possessions and really spotted them a 12-0 lead. So I think between those two things, making our free throws and taking better care of the basketball, at the very least to start the game, then we have put ourselves in a much better chance and position to win a ball game.
Will you be going to Tennessee tonight?
Yes, sir.
Will you practice as well?
We'll practice there.
What do you like about the practice being at the away, facility the night before rather than practicing?
It's more so a situation where our guys' class schedule makes it better for us to do that. I think the other thing that ends up happening is it just breaks the monotony of what you do. So we're always practicing here in the hump, or we're always practicing the mize. And I think what it helps with our guys is getting a chance to go do something different. And so it seems to make our practices a little better because we're practicing at a different venue. So just something new.
Coach, the other day you talked about Fred Thomas's consistency, how he'll go for 18 one time and then 0 the next night. You've had that a little bit with the rest of your team. Some guys will have a great game and then the other guys will play poorly. How do you get that to balance up, and how do you get everybody to play consistently as you continue to try to turn this corner?
Well, I think that's a battle everybody fights. I mean, I don't think there's any situation where there's guys on teams that play consistently throughout the year. That means you got a very good team. And so what we need to do is we just need to point that out and see what the things that we can do to help guys be more consistent. But the one thing that helps you be consistent is playing time. And so the best way they can help themselves be consistent is by being on the court. And the way you get yourself off the court is by not defending and rebounding. So if you're not defending or rebounding, you don't have a chance to be consistent on the offensive end because you're not in the game.
Should it be a game time decision?
Always. I mean, until his back, clears up, and I don't know if that'll ever be this season. But until that time happens, he'll always be a game time decision.
What's the situation with Maurice? I mean, is it past the point where he maybe could redshirt, or just trying to get him back healthy?
Yeah, that's still in the hands of our medical staff at this point in time. I mean, whatever they say goes on that. We just want to make sure we're being fair to Maurice because we don't want to take away a year from him. So we just got to continue to monitor that situation and see how he's feeling and how he's healing up. And then once they tell me that he's 100% and he can go, then we'll start talking about like actual playing or not playing.
Is it possible he could still redshirt? Or
yes. Mm-hmm.
Was the trip to Texas A&M when you practiced there, was that the first time you had done that here?
No, I don't believe so. We've done it before in the past. I think that's the first time we had to do it based on our class schedules. But we've done it before. Just this has been a more of a consistent basis because of our class schedules.
Was it only class schedules, or did you like the way that they were practicing the night before to maybe kind of put it over the edge and, hey, why not? Did they practice well and it works perfectly?
I think it was two factors, Michael. No, I'm not sure on this, but I thought we didn't have a chance to go and practice at Texas A&M the day of the game.
Okay.
So if you don't have a time to shoot around, you want your guys not the first time they shoot in the arena, the first time you play a game. And so I think that was two factors. I think it was one, we didn't have a shoot around time there, and then our class schedule.
Okay.
Any other questions?